Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ella, and for today I have a tag video from Ivy the Occultist, and it is the 12 days of Yule. So this is the first day. I am one day behind, but that's fine. I probably will have one day where I'll just upload 2 videos, I guess. So get yourself a hot chocolate or some eggnog or something, and let me tell you the tradition of Perchta, the Perchten and the Rauhnächte. So this is a story of Alpine tradition. When the dark spirit Perchta and her horde wander through the night. You may know Krampus, but do you know Perchta? Now, Perchta and Krampus are not one and the same, though over time they have kind of syncretized? One of those. They've kind of morphed into the very similar sort of figure. There's a very similar aesthetic to this figure. Perchta herself is an Alpine figure, so kind of the lower Bavarian area, Austria, Tyrol, that region, that general region. And she appears as a light as well as a dark figure, meaning malevolent or benevolent. Perchta is associated with the 12 Nights of Christmas, so it fits perfectly with this tag. And she is also associated with the Rauhnächte. Now, I do have a separate video on the Rauhnächte, which I will link either up here or here, as well as in the description box, of course. But who is Frau Perchta? What does she look like? Where does she come from? What is this creature? So Frau Perchta is that Alpine spirit, as I already of course said, who roams the nights from the 25th of December until the 5th or 6th of January. And she and her horde go through the villages, and there's a couple of different folk tales associated with her. Now, she is a wintertime spirit, and she's associated with spinning. She's associated with working, but also resting during a specific time period. And she's also associated with kind of chthonic figures, so kind of the underground figures, death and spirits, so very liminal. She leads her horde of dark spirits, so usually unbaptized children and the dead. Now there's a lot of relation to Perchta and this kind of folk tale and the wild hunt. Sometimes that is also what her horde is called, the wild hunt. Usually, of course, the more common one that you will know is Odin leading the wild hunt, but down here it is Perchta leading the wild hunt. Now, Perchta herself is kind of described looking a little bit differently depending on region, of course. That's the thing with folklore. Some say that she has a really long nose. Sometimes that nose is made out of iron. Sometimes her breasts are made out of ice. And sometimes she herself is completely made out of iron. One would leave food out for her as an offering. That food sometimes itself has certain lore associated, like how it's supposed to be, what type of food she likes and she doesn't like. And she comes and checks and looks into every window at night to see if the spinning has been done. And she will come through the village to check if every young maiden has done their spinning. If they have not done their spinning, then she will slit their throats at night and stuff it with rubbish. This rubbish can also vary, of course. However, usually you're supposed to already have the spinning done when the Rauhnächte, so the 25th until the 5th, actually start, because that time period is supposed to be rest. So you better have your spinning done in that time, because you're supposed to rest for those days, because, you know, work-life balance. Now, Perchta is actually the name given to her in the lower regions of Germany, so lower Bavaria, as well as Austria, Tyrol, the Salzburg region as well. But in the more mid and northern German areas, she is known as Frau Holle, Frau Gode, Frau Hake, Lucia, Pudelmutter, Stampa, or Stampa, though of course there are differences in these figures. They're not all one and the same, but they definitely have an overlap. They most likely have a shared sort of evolvement through history, and have, of course, with, you know, time evolved into different folk tales. In a poem from Tyrol from 1393, she was used as a little bit of a boogeyman figure to scare children to make sure that they eat properly. And to this day in Bavaria and also Austria, Perchta and her Perchten, which, you know, they wear these spooky kind of looking masks, will go into these villages. They're obviously people dressed up with these masks, and they have whips and they have sticks and they make a ruckus, they have torches, and they are kind of like this spectacle that you can now visit and be part of. It is a nod likely to those old beliefs of these liminal time days where the spirits roam freely and wander through the villages and through the towns. Now, with the Rauhnächte themselves, I do have that video, but to keep it very short and brief, those are the nights that you're also supposed to then cleanse and use smoking herbs or smoke blends and cleanse your stables or, you know, your home to drive away those evil spirits. So that is my Yuletime tradition for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, I do have a longer video and a couple of articles over on my Patreon. I am going to set those Patreon articles for public so that you can read them if you are interested in them. And I'll also link the video that I mentioned in the description box below, so you can go check that out. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this spooky folklore from southern Germany. So thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you in the next tag video, which I'm about to film. So we'll probably have 2 videos today, but you know, that's binge-worthy, I suppose. I hope you all have a wonderful evening or morning or whatever time it is for you, and a wonderful Yule time, a wonderful winter solstice. May you walk with your gods. Bye!